Ready to roll. Let's do the pledge.
Okay.
Pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do the roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Commissioner Flynn.
Present.
Commissioner Siegler.
Here.
Commissioner Silverman.
Here.
Commissioner Swager Wilson.
Here.
And Commissioner Grella.
Here, thank you. Keith, you want to jump right into discussion topics and then Jeff and your manager announcements, and then Jeff, the community highlights.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Earlier tonight, Commission met in discussion session and received information and discussed the following items. We heard a very informative presentation on Activate Uptown projects with the associated probable opinions of cost, and so also some discussions about associated phasing. So stay tuned. We'll hear much more about that project over the next several months. We also received information on our stormwater capital projects and infrastructure planning, as well as getting a status update of the 28 municipal projects that are currently underway. We did not have time for updates of the various boards from their commission liaisons, so we'll cover that at our next meeting. Prior to the discussion session, the commission met in executive session to receive legal advice from the solicitor on a variety of topics. The next regular meeting of the commission will be held on Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. That meeting will begin at 8 p.m. in this room. Here are the ways the public can participate, either in person, you don't need to pre-register, simply show up at the appropriate meeting time, or remotely via the Zoom webinar format. Again, you don't need to pre-register, simply click the link located on the meeting agenda on the municipal website. If you wish to speak during citizens' comments or during public hearings, simply use the raise hand feature on Zoom and you'll be notified when it is your turn to speak. That is all I have, Mr. President.
All right. Community highlights. Join us for July's final Friday event. It's in cooperation with WYEP's Neighborhood Concert Series on Friday, July 25th from 6 to 9 p.m. on Washington Road. Bands include Meeting of Important People, Low Ren, and Townspeople. Admission is free, and it's a great opportunity to hear some fantastic music. Mount Lebanon is advertising a number of great jobs, including crossing guard, recreation center maintenance, and animal control officer. You can browse available positions 24 hours a day at mountlebanon.org/employment. We are an equal opportunity employer. Mount Lebanon will collect electronics recycling Saturday, July 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Public Works Yard at 1250 Linnendale Drive. Most devices are free to drop off. Items with refrigerant cost $25 and light bulbs are $2 each. Cash or check only. You may only drop off one TV per car. Keep up with road construction in Mount Lebanon, including roads that the municipality is redoing and roads that are undergoing utility work at our website at mountlebanon.org/road construction. Thank you. All right. I'll hand this to citizens' comments.
Perfect. I heard Dr. Hoon in the audience, so we probably have at least one.
Citizens' comments. This is an opportunity for any resident to express an opinion on any topic pertaining to local government. The commission enjoys hearing from the public on various issues and learning about items to address in the future. If you have specific questions, we'll try and answer them at the end of your comments. If we can't, we commit to getting you the answers as soon as possible. When I call your name, please come to the podium to address the commission. State your name and address for the record. In fairness, we ask each speaker to share their thoughts for 5 minutes. The community is as good as each person in this room. We work together to make this a community that we can all be proud of, and we hope that the dialogue remains respectful. We also appreciate the audience's efforts to refrain from any behavior that is disruptive or might intimidate free speech. And I see that we have Colonel Hoon on the list.
Bill Hoon, 456 Coolidge Avenue. Last meeting I attended, I indicated that the life forms on this planet all interact. There's a web of life, in case you folks aren't aware. Life's been on this planet for 3.7 billion years. Humans, Homo sapiens specifically, 200 to 300,000. We're the new guys on the block. We almost disappeared some years ago. Our numbers got down to 2,000. Well, we came back in a big way. The other creatures have had millions of years to evolve together and develop a system that supports them all. Thus, deer, birds, squirrels spread plant life all over the planet. And if you've never seen a view of Earth from space, it's quite impressive. If we didn't have these animals, the deer, the squirrels, the birds, plant life could very well be confined to shore areas near the oceans. The rest of the earth would be barren, dirt and rocks. These deer, they've been maligned in Mount Lebanon because they eat some people's flowers, you know, the petunias, that kind of stuff. They, like us, like specific plants, and those plants they will eat. We do the same thing. You know, what we like, we eat. If you allow kids to have their own diets, they'd probably eat nothing but ice cream all summer, and that would be pretty much it. So the deer carry the seeds from what they eat and deposit them wherever they go. Deer in their lifetime will travel up to 150 miles. They cross very large bodies of water. They cross just about everything to get where they're going. And if you know anything about what's going on in the natural world, we're spending millions and millions of dollars to protect animals that cross highways. I was recently reading an article. They built a bridge over a highway in California, $67 million. And that bridge was built specifically for one animal, the mountain lion. Mountain lions were isolated because of all these huge roads in California, 8-lane highways. Mountain lions were being killed. They were being isolated in small areas, and that caused all kinds of issues in the reproduction of these animals. So, the deer are spreading these plants, which is extremely beneficial to all of us. In Mount Lebanon, we don't realize that. We think that we're the kings of the hill. We're the most important thing going. We're not even close. We are not even close. We are not the dominant life form on this planet. We don't control anything. Each and every one in this room lives only as long as they breathe, and nature decides when that last day comes. Hal Morgans was one of my classmates. He just died this past week, 80 years old. He had no control over that. I'm sure he didn't want to leave his wife, Sue Morgan. She was one of our classmates too. Nature shuts us down like that. Any one of us at any instant. And I have known more people who are now dead than I know alive. That's the way nature works. But it's totally out of your control. It's out of my control. When my time comes, I won't want to leave my family, but that's the way it is. So deer are extremely beneficial. Are we? We do a lot of polluting, that's it.
Thank you, Dr. Hunt. We have no one else on the list in person. Do we have anyone online?
Nobody online.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you much. Move over to item number 3, Commissioner Flynn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to approve the minutes from the adjourned meeting held June 24th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, Commissioner Swalger Wilson, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is consideration of the award of a contract to provide professional services related to the evaluation of the municipal street tree management program. The municipality wishes to engage a professional consulting team to conduct an operational evaluation of the municipal street tree maintenance program. Mount Lebanon wishes to contract with the Davy Resource Group, who will evaluate existing practices and provide recommendations in a final report that will improve services and deficiencies related to forestry and tree management in the municipality. The 2025 municipal budget includes $90,000 for this project. The proposal submitted by the Davy Resource Group for completion of this work is for $115,000. The additional funds will be included as part of the annual budget amendment ordinance. I move to authorize the manager and solicitor to prepare and execute an agreement and any ancillary documents with the Davy Resource Group in an amount not to exceed $115,000.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? I only had one question. I'm not sure if we have a timeline for that yet. Keith, do you know if one has been given to us?
I believe at the last discussion session, Rudy indicated it would be, I want to say approximately 9 months for that
Okay.
study to be completed.
Great. So probably early, mid next year, likely before we get to review and kind of dig into it.
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Commissioner Silverman, item number 5, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration to execute an agreement with Concordia Lutheran Ministries of Pittsburgh. The municipality, school district, and Allegheny County had an agreement with Concordia for a payment in lieu of taxes. This agreement expired in 2016, and various legal proceedings have been ongoing since that time. The parties have discussed the matter and are willing to resolve all legal proceedings and enter in a 20-year agreement for payment in lieu of taxes. The agreement calls for Concordia to make an annual payment to be shared by the 3 taxing bodies in proportion to the respective millages. The total amount of the payment each year is as follows. Years 1 through 15, $100,000 per year. Years 16 through 20, $125,000 per year. The municipality will also retain all payments made by Concordia since 2016. Mr. President, I move to authorize the execution of this agreement with Concordia Lutheran Ministries of Pittsburgh, subject to the approval of the manager and the solicitor of any minor revisions to the agreement.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That is the last item on the list. I think we are adjourned.